We've established that the Roman army embraced change, but perhaps the Roman army would establish a ceremonial unit that used the weapons, armour, equipment used by the soldiers of the High Roman Empire. Even to this day, the Swiss Guard of the Vatican City still use Renaissance-style dress uniform and a halberd, unbelievably, equipment thoroughly inadequate for modern warfare. It should be noted, however, that these Swiss guardsmen have completed basic training with the Swiss military and are familiar with modern weapons. Other modern units preserve historical uniform and equipment. The King's Guard, formerly the Queen's Guard of the UK, is based on Victorian-era uniform, and the Old Guard of the USA is often based on Revolutionary-era uniforms and equipment. The previously mentioned John Lydus wrote in the 6th century of a ceremonial unit of palace guards called the executores. They wore the dress of ancient Roman soldiers from his perspective. Here's what John Lydus says about the ancient Roman soldiers. The entire Roman army at that time had the same dress. A helmet that was brazen, a cuirass that was ringed, a sword that was broad, short and suspended on the left thigh, 2 javelins at the right side that had a broad-headed blade, black greaves too, that were woven, and shoes for the feet. He doesn't mention the segmented armour, nor does he mention the famous rectangular shield, and unfortunately he doesn't really describe the shape and form of the helmet other than the material. The short broadsword is almost certainly the gladius, and the javelins are the pila. Both of these weapons were favourites of the 1st to 3rd century AD Roman army. It's particularly interesting to me though, how John Lydus mentions the mail armour as uniquely ancient. Perhaps in his age and his observations, most foot soldiers didn't wear mail. Even if we give the executores the benefit of the doubt and assume they look similar to Roman soldiers from the High Roman Empire, they didn't last as a ceremonial unit. They were converted into a combat unit using the most appropriate equipment for fighting, not the parade ground.